Thank you. About 2.5 years ago, I would never dreamt of standing up here and saying the sort of things I'm going to say. But I've learned very, very quickly that there's quite a devious game which is going on. I'm a school governor, I'm chair of the PTA, but most importantly, I'm a parent. I'm a parent that wants the best for my child. My child goes to Rhodesway School in Bradford, West Yorkshire. And the school's had a checkered past. It was taken out of special measures in December 2006, so it has seen great improvements. The area is very diverse, and there are high levels of deprivation. Rhodesway has been subject to 2 expressions of interest. The first one was from EduTrust, which led to a campaign which nearly split the already fragile relationship between the various communities the school catchment area covers. If any of you saw the BBC 2 programme last night, Last Orders, about the white working class community, that will give you a flavour of the feeling of some parts of our community that we're dealing with. After the first heated campaign, where there were accusations going out to staff and parents that were campaigning of racism and all sorts of dirty tricks which were going on, EduTrust withdrew their expression of interest. To date, we've been given no reason for this, and we're rather left in the dark. In January this year, the school had an Ofsted inspection, which resulted in the school being judged as satisfactory overall with good features and no longer required a notice to improve. Absolutely fantastic. We were overjoyed. Staff and pupils had worked really hard, really felt like we were going somewhere. Letters went out to parents to give the good news. Congratulatory emails went to staff. And almost within the same post, we received a letter from the council about the proposal to close the school again. And to become an academy sponsored by Dixon City Academy, that's already successful in Bradford, but it takes successful pupils from across the whole of the city. This is going to involve a partnership with Bradford College and the PCT. The PCT connection is because the hospital is up the road. The specialism is going to be in health and science. Now, I thought that the days of educating children to go to the local mill had long since gone. So much. As a parent, if I wasn't so ardent about challenging academies, and my colleagues that are staff at Rhodesway will know that I can be a bit of a pain in the backside, it would be hard to know what is the best thing to do. As a parent, we all want what's best for our kids. But the information is really hard to get hold of out there. We want what's best for our kids, but we are being blackmailed about better standards, and the only way to get a new building, is for an academy to come in. What we need is a national debate which is accessible to everyone, not just to educators and those that have access to events such as these today. I was fortunate that my union paid for me to come here, but it's really important that parents really get a chance to get involved and understand some of the issues, because the local impact is huge on the other schools, on families, with changes in the holiday system and everything. That impacts on how parents, especially in circumstances which are challenging, look after younger kids or what have you. And the wider community, how they're really involved. Consultations I've been involved with haven't really involved the wider community. And this is being replicated across the country as privatisation by stealth of the education system is happening without regard to the supposed democracy of this country. We do need to make all the campaigns much more public and get it into the national arena so that the wider community can support each local fight but be joined together and make sure the parents have the opportunity to join in. The academies are social engineering and experimentation in education, and I think that will just relocate problems. As we've seen with ASBOs, which just move our social behaviour onto a different street or a different part of the city, the academies are only going to do that. The issues are still going to be there because it's wider than just education. Education does need to be accessible for all and not be dependent on the ability to pay or play the system. or to fit to a percentage target for grades, diversity or any other form of difference to be able to tick boxes. Our new academy proposal is talking about fair banding, just so that they can manipulate the community within the school so that it creates a balance. At Rhodesway, we will keep up the fight, but as a parent, that can be a challenge because it's often a lonely situation because you don't have support of colleagues that you meet at work all the time. So what I'd ask of you as representatives of unions and other organisations is to make sure that you do support the parents because they do have the biggest voice in all of this. It's the kids which are going to those schools and the parents and the community can really make a difference. But those parents often have limited resources and limited access to be able to understand the wider issues, and this is why it's really important to make sure that this is accessible to everyone. We want what's best for our kids, but not at any cost. Thank you.